ministry with Making Provisions for Ministries, hosted by Bishop Jerome Jones. This show is all about aiding ministries in financial growth and prosperity. Tune in weekly as we delve into strategies for expanding ministries and acquiring the necessary resources for survival in today's world. Discover practical solutions and actionable steps applicable to any congregation. Don't miss Making Provisions for Ministries with Bishop Jerome Jones. It's time to take your ministry to new heights.
Well, greetings and welcome to Reaching the Next Generation, Making Provision for Ministries and Jerome Jones Ministries. I'm your host, Jerome, and I'll be with you for the next hour, perhaps or less. And I want to continue to talk with you and to share with you about a financial opportunity that doesn't require any work on your behalf, does not require any monthly payments, does not require you to do any recruiting, does not require you to buy any products, does not require you to sell any products, does not require you to meet with anyone. I'm going to be sharing with you briefly, taking you into my back office, looking at 3 contracts that I have. And these contracts are paying me money every day and will do so until the contract ends. At the end of the contract, I'm going to take this money from each contract and use it for whatever I chooses to use it for. I want you to really see how these contracts are paying me every day. And since it's Friday, I get a chance to look into my back office again, which I do every day, and see my bank account increase every day with the money that has been made from these 3 contracts. Now, this presentation is just designed for you to get some of the evidence up front. I am not going to go through the entire process of showing you how all of this is, because I don't want this presentation to be long. I want to keep it under an hour. But there's a link on the screen. All you got to do is go to that link. There's a complete webinar. There's a complete interaction where you can see the people, real live people. They're doing just what I do. They are part of this project as I am, and they take you into details how all of this is worked. I'm going to tell you how it works, and you can go there and follow up with the webinar there, and you can see more clearly. If you don't quite get it here, you can also check it out and see it and play it back as often as you want. But I want you to know that I am a part of it, and I have 3 contracts, and I want to take you into my back office and let you see what those contracts has been doing. And I haven't had them for a long period of time at all. So it's exciting, yes, but I don't want to let the excitement override the seriousness of what I'm telling you. You have to do your own due diligence. I have done mine, and I have found it to be the best that I have seen in my entire life in the financial industry. So I'm going to tell you that because that is absolutely the truth for me. And as a minister, I've always been looking for ways that we can promote the gospel, ways that we can establish works and support missions around the world. And in doing so, it takes a lot of money to do it. And as you know, you can ask for offerings time after time after time, but they don't come time after time after time. And nevertheless, God is still faithful. So I thank God for this opportunity that we can be a part of, that is going to pay tremendous dividends as we continue in this project. Now, I want you to understand this from the very beginning. Because before you get started in something, people want to know what it's going to cost me. That's the question that people wants to know. What will this cost me? Because it will cost you something. And I'm going to tell you what it will cost you up front, and I'm going to tell you what it will not cost you up front. And then I'm going to show you my 3 active contracts. And I'm going to show you how much these contracts cost me. And I'm going to show you how much each one of these contracts have paid back into my account since I started each one of them. So I hope you'll sit with me for a while. And I know that I don't have the flamboyancy that so many others have, and I don't have the sometimes the charisma that many others have. But I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I really am not trying to sell you nothing. I'm trying to educate you because many of you are single parents. Many of you have sons and daughters or grandchildren that you're caring for. And many of you are ministers of the gospel. And whatever you say today does not negate the fact that you need money. I don't care how much you preach the gospel, you still need money. I don't care how much you love your children, you still need money. And it's a way of life. And this is certainly, in my understanding, a way in which you can meet your financial responsibilities, never have to compromise your faith in God, and actually be a help inside of the kingdom of God in supporting others. And then on top of that, have all the free time you want because there is absolutely no work involved. So I want you to know, first of all, what will it cost you? If you were to get involved with this project, what will it cost you? Okay, the first thing I want you to know that the project is 3 years or 5 years or 7 years. That's the terms of the contracts. They are 3 years or 5 years or 7 years. You get to choose what term you want. You could choose 3, 5, or 7. What are the differences in the terms? The 3-year contract will bring you approximately $35,000 at the end of the 3 years. 5-year contract will bring you approximately $471,000 at the end of the 5-year contract term. The 7-year contract will bring you approximately $1 million at the end of the 7-year contract term. Now that we know the 3 terms and the 3 amounts that you could possibly receive at the end of the contractual term, what will it cost me over the 3 years? What will it cost me over the 5 years? And what will it cost me over the 7-year contract term? I want you to hear me very clearly. I don't intend to hype this, but I want you to really hear me. There are no hidden fees. There are no monthly fees. There are no products to buy or sell, meetings to attend. There is absolutely nothing that has to be done once you set up and activate one of these contracts. You have nothing else to do. I really want to drive that home because so many times people say that you have nothing to do, and then you have to work yourself to the bone just trying to understand it, let alone make it successful. So many times people come online and say there are no other charges until you get signed up, and then you find out there's a whole lot more charges than you were willing to pay initially. That is not what this is. There are no other requirements of payments from you once you activate the contract. When that contract is activated, you have absolutely no other responsibility financially and no other responsibility when it comes to work or managing anything. Now, I love that position. I'm an extremely busy minister. I am discipling pastors and ministries in over 14 different countries. I'm also an administrator of a full private Christian school and also serve in the ministry in a church locally right here at the Rock International. I am extremely busy. I don't have a lot of time. I have to book my time very, very wisely. So I cannot be involved in something that is going to require me to be trying to work it, trying to, you know, generate monies just to keep the project going. That's what makes this such an attraction because I don't have to do anything. I have not done anything since I activated my contracts, and I've got some money in every one of these contracts. And the money that I have in these contracts now has far superseded the money that it cost me to get the contract activated. Okay. So, and you're going to see, I'm going to take you into my back office because I want you to see this. And I'm doing this over and over. You've probably seen a video before, and every day that I show this, I have a new balance in my account because every day money is paid into my account from these three contracts. And it can be the same for you. You don't need there's no requirement that you be pass any kind of evaluation or test. No, absolutely nothing. There's no credit involved, no nothing. But let me tell you some of the parts. Now, I know I didn't tell you how much it's going to cost you right now. I'm going to tell you what it's going to cost you. But I want to tell you, I told you what you have a possibility of gaining. Here's what it's going to cost you if you choose a 3-year term, if you choose a 5-year term, or if you choose a 7-year term. It will cost you a total of $100 for the whole 3 years, or the whole 5 years, or the whole 7 years. That's what it will cost you. It will cost you a single $100 bill for every contract you activate. I've activated 3 contracts, and I'm going to activate many more. Next week after next, I will be activating another one. And 2 weeks later, another one. I have a vision and a plan, and you can determine how many contracts you want to activate as long as you stay under the limit that is required. So that means the most I could lose over 3 years or 5 years or 7 years is $100. I want you to think about that for a moment, because the most I stand to gain from these 3 contracts at the end of 5 years is $1 million. And yet, the most I could lose out of pocket is $100. I just want that to soak in, because we don't understand how that can be. No, we don't have the full grasp of it. I understand it. To share it with you. And I'm going to share it with you because I want you to know it's not nothing new. It's not a new program or new revelation, or no, this has been being done for decades. It's how the wealthy people make the vast majority of all of their money. That's how they do it. And now you get a chance to do it without having to be wealthy before you start, or without having to risk all of your life earnings, or all of your pension plan, or your insurance cash value plan, or risk your monies in your 401ks. You don't have to risk any of it. And you'll be part of a project that is far better than your 401k, far better than your pension plan, and far better than your Social Security. And being a part of a program that allows you to keep all of your assets that you already have, because you're not sinking them into a stock market that goes up and down and might crash. And when it does, you lose all your money. In the last 2 weeks, over $10 trillion was lost from people's 401ks, their pension plan, hedge funds, and retirement plans, wiped out with no recourse of gaining it back. And yet, here is a program, a project that says the most you can ever lose over 7 years is one single $100 bill. This is worth getting your attention. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what your conception of this or your perception of this is. This is worth you doing. Mother, this is worth you doing it. Father, this is worth you doing it. Grandmother, this is worth you doing it for your grandson, your granddaughters. This is worth you doing this. Had we made these kinds of decisions 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we would not be working on a job today. We have created a culture among us where we've gotten accepted just to have a job that gives us a paycheck so that we can live from paycheck to paycheck. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do that. That may have been what we did coming up, but let's leave a legacy for our children and their children that says you don't have to do that. You don't even have to go to college to get a job. You go to college so that you can own the job, because you're going to create the job, because you're going to get a skill set in business administration, and you're going to have the money to do it. So I just want to give you this to educate you that the wealthy people have been doing this for years. And there are skeptics that can sit on the sideline saying, well, I'm going to keep my job. Well, you have your job when you're 80 years old if they don't fire you first or lay you off before you get to the pension. And you'll still be trying to scrape and scrounge because Social Security will not be enough. So the naysayers going to be there. But I'm appealing to some of you just to listen. Just to listen. Stop passing it up to, oh, that's just another one of those programs. Take time to investigate it. Take time to say to yourself, what if that is the truth and I pass it up for just $100 over 7 years or 5 years or 3 years? What if that's true? You spend more than that on potato chips. You spend much more than that on soda pop. You know, you throw away more than that and get nothing in return but a worse body or, whatever, or immediate gratification of a taste bud. And we're talking about life changing decisions here that does not require you to invest your hard earned money. So, what is it going to cost you? One single $100 bill over 3, 5, or 7 years. What can I expect to receive? If you choose 3 years, you'll receive 35 plus $1,000. 5 years, you'll receive 471 plus $1,000. 7 years, you receive up to $1,000,000. So just think about that. Now, you say, well, I don't believe that. Well, I can't help what you believe, but I can certainly tell you that it is happening every single day. And there are a whole lot of people that believe it too because they're receiving it every single day. So now, how does it work? Let me share with you, there are 4 parties to this. The first party is the contract itself. It's called a DeFi staking contract, hybrid contract. That's the first party. Another party is the bank. I'm talking about a real bank. And the bank has a unique role. See, because all that money is not coming from that $100 by no stretch of the imagination. And then after the bank, we have an insurance company. The insurance company is another party, and that party has a unique role too. This is a project been going on since 2016, has already paid out multi-millions of dollars, and you'll see a lot more later. The fourth party is the account holder. The account holder is where you and I come in. I am an account holder. I have 3 active contracts. I have one account with 3 active contracts in it. I have one account because you can never have more than one account. Now, I say this to you, stop passing over this as just another thing. Take time to investigate it. This is the way wealthy people has been making their money for decades. And now you get a chance to make a very good income without any work. There's no work. I'm going to show you my accounts again today, and I have not had to do any work. I have 3 contracts in one account. I could have as many as 80 contracts. Now just think about that. I could have up to 80 contracts, but I can only have one account. And so I want to show you what these contracts have paid me since I started them. And I'm about to start another one. But I want to show you. I don't want to just talk to you, but I want to take you into my back office, open my account, log into it, and show you the actual account that is actively working. And every day of the week, these contracts are paying me money into my Cryptex wallet every day of the week. I'm going to show you what they paid me today. I'm going to show you what I have made up to this date on each one of the contracts. So I want to take the time though to really educate you, because I know that people are very basically skeptic. But there are four parties. I told you the contract is one party, the bank is a party, the insurance company is a party, and the account holder. Now, what are the roles of all of these parties? The contract is called a smart contract. DeFi hybrid contract is a smart contract where there's an arrangement of parties, an agreement, a contractual agreement that works for a specified period of time to create passive income that is paid to all of the parties. So, what are the role of the bank? The bank loaned me. You're going to see in my back office where the bank has loaned me for a total of these three contracts. They loaned me $116,000, 640. $116,640 is the total amount that the bank loaned these three contracts. And so the bank made the loan to the contract. Now the insurance company insured that loan against any fraud or default. So no matter what happens, I am never obligated to pay that loan. So if the worst thing happened, I will have lost only $100 over 7 years, or 5 years, or 3 years. That's if the worst thing happens and it just get blown up. But if the best thing happened, at the end of that 5 years, I will have $1,000,000 because I have three contracts, and total together, it will net approximately $1,000,000. So I like those odds because now the bank is giving their money. So when the bank agrees to give their money, and by the way, I didn't have to do a bank application. I did not have to do a credit check. I did not have to do anything. I haven't even talked to any representative. I haven't had to do any of that. These are smart contracts. The bank loaned the money to the contract. The insurance company insured that loan against the fraud and or default. So if there's any problems, I don't have to pay anything. I'm not paying a single dime, but I'm earning money every day. So you might want to ask, why are you earning money and you don't have any risk? I'm going to tell you. So we got the bank, we got the contract, we got the banks that loan the money, we got the insurance company that insures that money against the fraud or default, and now we got the account holder, which is me. So why am I needed? Why do the bank need me? They're the one putting up the money, and they need me because banks cannot make a loan to themselves. They have to assign the loan to a physical person, and the physical person have to have some responsibility. So, what is my responsibility? That $100. That $100 is an activation fee that activate this smart contract that is now assigned to Jerome Jones. And now with that $100, Cryptex takes that and manages all of these accounts, and it is automatically paid directly. The interest is paid directly into my account, and the bank are getting paid, the insurance company is getting paid, Cryptex is getting paid. When you watch the video and the webinar, you'll see the breakdown of all parties, and what they are earning is public. What they're earning and what you will earn. So let's look at let me just tell you what the cryptex will get paid. Cryptex get paid $30 per account. That's what they get paid, $30 a month. The insurance company for a 3-year contract gets paid $210 every month. If it's a 5-year contract, the insurance company makes $300 a month. That's right at $18,000. And then the bank is earning, instead of getting that 1.5 to 2% that they would get if they was just letting the money sit there and also making other investments that annually may give them 2%, they're getting an annual interest of 6.75%. That's a good payoff for the bank, on top of having a loan outstanding that is guaranteed, that is insured against all losses. So now the bank can't lose. The insurance company is doing well because they're collecting all these payments. But now that leaves payment for me. So if I got a 3-year contract, my payment is 35 plus $1,000. If I got a 5-year contract, my payment is 471 plus $1,000. If I got a 7-year contract, it would be up to $1 million. But you add these three, I got 2 5-year contracts right now, and I have 1 3-year contract. Add them all together, that's right at $1 million at the end of 5 years. What did it cost me? It cost me 3 $100 bills, $100 for each account, for each contract, not account, $100 for each contract. So now let's go into my back office and take a look at what I've just told you. Okay, so I'm going to try to find, let's see, can I find it again? I am not sure, but I hope so. Let me just locate it before I. So here is my account right here, and I want you to see this today. As of today, the total balance, state balance is, oh, wait a minute. I got to show you I did this the last time. I did this and I made a mistake, and I was going through it, went all the way through it, but I didn't hit the share screen button. Thank God I caught it this time. So let me go here and hit share my screen, and that way you can see what I see. Okay, yes, right here. Now you're looking at my inside of my back office. You see the name right here. It says Cryptex Wallet. That's my wallet. And so I have only $3.19 in there. I want some more money in that wallet. So you can always send me some money to put in this wallet, because I will activate another contract as soon as I get the other monies, because this is just exciting for me. So just think about that. If you want to be a blessing to world missions, you want to be a blessing to world evangelism, this is really a way you can help send the gospel globally all over the world. And if you send us any support, we're going to put it into this this vehicle that will make the way for us to be able to do the things in the vision that we have. Now, over here, you see this. It says overview, total staked balance is $121,822.52 US dollars. Okay, and that's for covering 3. If you look right here, it says 3 DeFi hybrid contracts. So that's what we see here. And you can actually see it over on this column a little bit bigger. It says there's 3 active. That's my 3 contracts. Okay. Now, let me go a little bit further and show you over here. You can see that it's a 36 months right here. 36 month. Now we got a 60-month right there. And then they have one that you can get for 84 months, 7 years. What I have is listed right here. I have a D536 right there. And I have I have 2 D560, which is 2 5-year contracts. So this is showing you that I have personally activated 3 contracts, and that's what I've been telling you. Looking back over here, let's see what my profits are. I'm going to show you this one because it's bigger. Overview profits logged. It is $5,182.52 as of today. Now, that is my profits. Where did these profits come from? They came from the compounding interest of this money right here. You see this where it says a loan in stake pool is $116,640. That's what the bank loaned the contracts. And by me activating these 3 contracts, I have this $116,640 to be compounded every day. And every day it gets compounded, the amount that is compounded is added to this original amount so that the next day a higher amount gets compounded, which means it will pay many times a higher dividend. So we can see next, I've got $5,182 profits from the staking. Not profits from me making any payments, not profits from me investing any of my earnings or monies, but from that one activation. That's what I've got so far. So let's think about this. The total 3 contracts is a total of $300. If I subtract $300 from $5,100, I have $4,800 over what it's cost me already. So you can easily see that this is huge. So now we add the 5,000 to the 116 and we got 121,000. Tomorrow, this $121,822 will be compounded and they will pay me the profits from that compounding interest. When you look here, you can see the last profits was paid today is $149.82. So I just want you to see that this is real money. It's a real bank, real insurance companies, and it's real people, and everyone is anonymous. So one of the excellent parts about this as well, I didn't think to mention, is tax-free. You don't have to pay taxes on it because the government can't even see it, doesn't even know it exists. They have no record of this, and no one can touch this money until the contract is over. And the only person that's going to be able to touch it when the contract is over is the person that owns the activation of the contract, because everything else is automatic. Everything else is automatic. If the contract expires and I don't take the money, it'll just sit in my account. No one else has access to it. No one can get access to it except I give it to them. Okay, so that's very secure. Now, to look a little bit further, to dive into this just a little bit further, I want to just take another few minutes. You're in my back office, and I wanted you to see this. Well, it logged me out because I had been there so long. Let me log back in because I wanted you to see one other point here, and then I'll come back to the screen and close us out. But I want to say to you, I don't really try to hype this up. I'm just telling you, isn't it worth you taking a serious look at this? Isn't this really worth you taking a serious look? Because, you and your family can go out and eat dinner and spend more than $100 and the dinner is gone. But if you took $100 and put in this and stretch it for the 5 years, you got yourself nearly $500,000 for just $100. So I'm gonna go down and dig a little bit further in active staking here, and you'll see these numbers that I gave you. I could have went to this page first. It's bigger. This is what the bank loan. That's what I've been sharing with you. $116,640. This is the amount that is in my state balance account right now. We can see this here is the profit that I have made from that was paid to me from this staking. And this is the amount that was paid today, a total of $149. When we go down here, we can see the 36 month. It started out with the loan from the bank of $30,240. Today it has $32,505.76. That is the profit added to that original $30,000. The profit now is $2,265.77. That's my money. They paid me from this today $33.43 from that 3-year contract. Let's look at the 5-year. And the 5-year is right here. And we can see it started out, I got 2 5-year contracts, and the bank gave $43,200 for each. That made it a total of $86,400. And the balance as of now is $89,316.75. That means I've gotten a profit of $2,916.75. Today, for these 2 5-year contracts, these contracts paid me $116.39. Now, let's dig a little bit further into it. Look down here. You can see the breakout. This is the 36-month contract right here, 36-month contract. It started on December the 28th of 2024. That's when it started. It ends, this contract will expire December the 27th, 2027. That's when the 3-year will be over. So far, it has paid me $2,265.77. And today, as I said, it paid me another $33.43. Let's look at the 5-year contract, starting with this one. This is the second contract that I did, 5 years. And you can see the start date was March the 22nd, 2025. That's just a few weeks ago. The end date for this contract is March the 21st, year 2030. Okay, that's what we see there. But so far, since March the 22nd of this year, this one contract has paid me $2,509.08. And it paid me today $59.77. Now, here's the second 5-year contract that I opened just this week, earlier in the week, April 27th is the start date of 2025. It will end April the 26th, year of 2030. Since the 27th of April, this contract that I activated for $100 has already paid me $407.67. It paid me $56.62 today. So you can see this is real time. These are live accounts. They are active. And when I show this tomorrow, all of these accounts will have an increase because the interest is compounding daily at a 0.01% to a 0.03%. So this is going to increase, and it happens 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And I seriously would encourage all of you to take the advantage of this opportunity. Listen, it's an opportunity, but it's been around for decades. It's not new. Now, one of the things that I also wish I had a time to share with you, but you can look this up. This these funds are are worked on and from a platform called the blockchain. The blockchain is the most safe and secured financial transaction platform available to man anywhere in the world. If your transaction is on the blockchain, it is safe, it is secured, and it is always legitimate. So I want you to, if you don't know anything about the blockchain, you'll get to know it, but you don't have to, but you can if you want to. Just type in blockchainexplorer.com. It'll show you all the millions and trillions and billions of dollars that is being transacted over the blockchain every day. And so I want to encourage you, whoever you are, you're a minister of the gospel, this can be of help to you. If you're a single mom, this can be of help to you. If you want to set aside one of these contracts for your grandchildren, this can be of help to you. So I just want you to see the potential here. Why would I stress this? Because, you got children and grandchildren, and you go and buy them a pair of Jordans or a Nintendo machine that costs more than Xbox that costs much more than $100, and they might tear the thing up in 6 months. But this will change their lives. This is having insight and foresight and making decisions that puts your sons and daughters or your grandchildren or nieces and nephews in a better position than you were in when you were coming up. I hope that you will look at this with grace and do your due diligence. And if you have any questions, reach out to us. We'll be glad to answer them. Now, you can get a free account from that page that I have on your site, and you don't have to do anything with it. It's free. It doesn't cost a dime. Get your Cryptex wallet. And if you need any help, you can get some help. I have a service that I can offer you, but I cannot just do the service for people. It would just not be feasible for me to do that, for one. But if you want to get my service, there is a fee that you could hire me to look over your shoulders and coach you in every step. How long does it take to set up your account? Well, with a coach, you can do it in an hour. We might be an hour and a half, but it's not difficult. But I understand that because I know, I'm 69, and I understand that what folks say is not difficult to some could be a tall mountain to climb for many others. And so sometimes people like having that assurance that they're making the right pushing touches on the computer, that they're doing the right thing. So if you're one of those and you say, well, I want your service, well, you can hire our services and we will walk you through the whole process, make sure that you got everything set up right, get it all set up, because once you get it set up, you're done. There is nothing else to do. Now, the joy of it is that you can watch your money grow every day, but there's no work to be done. You don't have to participate in no other part of this project. It has other parts that if you choose to participate in it, you can. You could earn extra income, but you don't have to participate in any other part. You don't have to do absolutely nothing. And I would say this to you, whether I knew it was right, whether I knew it or not, I would take $100 and put it aside, activate a contract, because I like the position that it puts me in. I would rather be in a position where there is a possibility for me to receive that $471,000 at the cost of activating a single $100 for 5 years than to be in the position of possibly losing out on the opportunity. I mean, just imagine losing out on the opportunity to earn $471,000 at the expense of a single $100 bill. That's $20 a year. That's how simple this is. So I want to encourage you, sign up from that link that's on your screen. And when you do so, it will register in my back office, and I will personally reach out to you. And I will personally help you all through the process if that's what you want. I hope to hear from you. I hope this has been an education for you. I'm going to be doing these because I want you to see this grow. See how my income is growing every day. Every day it's going to get higher and higher. And as I said, I'm going to be getting more contracts and activating more contracts, because that's how you build wealth, where you don't have to slave for it, where you can have the quality of life that you want and fulfill the visions that you have. That's how it is done without you grinding yourself to a pulp in working as you reach your golden years. So I hope this has been educational for you. It has been a blessing for me. Our platform here is making provisions for ministries. This is one. And before I go, I want to also tell you that I have a number of websites that if you want to save on everything you're spending money for, I can help you there. Doesn't matter, whatever you're spending money for, you can spend less money and get more. This world is moving in a direction that you're going to need this. in ways that you had not needed it before. So I hope that you will find these sessions inspiring. Share them with others. Share them with others. And if you got children, get them a contract activated. That would be one of the best investments you've done. Just think about it. On their birthday, get them a contract so that now when they get 5 years from now, that child's got $500,000 that they can be established and really be very intentional and selective about what it is that they are going to be doing in life. I'm really imploring you to take a microscopic look at what I'm showing you today. I can only tell you that I believe it. I'm a part of it. And I have shown you 3 active contracts to prove that, shown you what it costs, shown you that there's no work, there's no payments, there's nothing for you to have to do but activate as many contracts as you want within the limit that they set for us. You can do that with starting with a single $100. I know it's within your ability. What I want to know is, will you take the advantage of this opportunity? Well, until I hear from you, I'm Bishop Jerome Jones saying to viewers here and around the world, if you go with God, I know that God will surely go with you. And until the next time, you do now by all means have yourself a Jesus-filled day. Thank you and God bless. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Making Provisions for Ministries, hosted by Bishop Jerome Jones. Join us every week as we discuss aiding ministries in financial growth and prosperity. This is your opportunity to delve into strategies for expanding ministries and acquiring the necessary resources for survival in today's world, and discover practical solutions and actionable steps applicable to any congregation. So until next time, God bless from your friends at Making Provisions for Ministries with host Bishop Jerome Jones.